here from Oh You're Lovely. I'm so excited to be here. I'm glad you're here. We are going to do some craft show prep kind of work tonight. So I make these, what I call these gals, there we go, fancy face vases. So I paint these by hand. And I don't know if you've ever seen, but in I think they were made in the 50s. They were these like beautiful pottery pieces of like fancy women with hats and dangly earrings and just dressed to the nines. And so it was kind of my homage to that. And I like putting flowers in them because then they look even more fancy, if there is such a thing. So, all right, so we're gonna just play. The floral foam I like to use, I know that sound is horrible. The floral foam stuff I like to use, I like these cylinder ones, especially for these kind of vases. Now the vases, they're not actually vases. This cup I actually found at a thrift store, and it's a weird little guy. I don't know that I'll ever find another one like that. These are like creamer or sugar jars, so I just take off the tops and paint those. And I like these the best with the little bases because then I can make their little necks fancy too. And then we have, these are just like really tiny bowls. I think they call them like fruit cup bowls. I don't know if this says it on here or not, no. But these I get at, I found these at Home Goods. I also, Cost Plus World Market is a good place too to find some fancy, or not fancy, but nice shaped small white bowls. So that's where I get them a lot of the time. I like these cylinder foam pieces. I normally cut them in half. I get 2 of them for, I think it's $2 at Walmart. And so I normally only need a half of one for each of these vases, which is nice. So you get to kind of spread out your bang for your buck, if you will. So I do like to glue these in place normally. Otherwise my flowers start wiggling around, but I don't know if this guy is gonna come out. There we go. And I don't know how people, I haven't heard one way or the other at shows if people would prefer that I don't glue it into space because they want to keep the vase and use it for something else. If I get enough like feedback, then I'll definitely adjust as necessary. But so far, for the most part, I just like to keep everything in place. I am not going to use the moss like I normally do. These are pretty far into place, so the flowers are going to cover them up completely. And we are going to play around because I had put some flowers on bamboo skews recently and I want to try it. I don't think I'm going to try it on this one though. I think we're going to try it on this little guy. I like the wire because I can kind of apply it to the where I want. These might be better in a more square type situation, the more I'm like talking to myself and to you guys out loud. And then I wanted to show you guys these anemones again. I started creating these with, I don't think I have one. Okay, they come in this cream kind of color. These are the root of a tapioca plant that they then skin and make into the shapes of the flowers, similar to like how felt flowers would be made. To the touch, they feel like foam, which is very interesting, but they are wood. And so you can dye them with craft paint, acrylic paint, milk paint, really whatever kind of dye that you like to use. I prefer latex paint, but really it runs the gamut, whatever you prefer. So I've got a couple natural ones, but we also have a whole bunch that are colored. And so these I actually hand painted in the middle so they look like anemones. And then I have this really pretty purple. And so now these are like colored. My camera's weird today. They're like colored purple, like, oh, I'm in love. I'm obsessed. Like I made a whole bowl of them because I could not like stop making them. So we're gonna throw some of those into the arrangements too. Here's another one that was fancy. Like I like to play with these flowers. So this one you can see, like the middle is light pink and then the outside is a darker pink. These kind of remind me of like zinnias. And I like to like put that right, like she's gonna go right in front and center and get all fancy like. And I make domes for these guys usually. All right, so I'm just kind of moving it around, going around in circle. I'm gonna fill in a lot with smaller flowers at the end. And I'm just debating, I think she's gonna be an all pink kind of gal. And I've got a whole nother box of flowers to the side of me too, so I'll pay attention to those, make sure. At first, it's really, in all honesty, the placement doesn't matter as much. It's kind of rearranging and pulling and moving stuff in the middle of it. I call myself a brown thumb. I don't completely kill plants, but I kind of make them look sad, unfortunately. So this is why we love the Sola flowers, right? They don't die. Awesome. Not 100% in love yet, so we're gonna just add a few, move around a few, and see what happens. Kind of moving the flowers around to see where I like them. I actually, surprisingly, that big one I don't really like in front as much for her. We're kind of playing. I think I might actually need to go back in and put the moss in there. I'm not loving necessarily the little bit of space at the bottom. Oh, here we go. Let's move that way. That's a little bit better. There we go. So she's just kind of little. Isn't that cute? All right, so we got a pink and white one. I'm a pink person. I think if you haven't met me yet, hi. Again, Stephanie. Oh, you're lovely. I'm a pink person. I really like pink, but I have just fallen in love. And I don't like, this is where the camera starts to, oh, there we go. Guys, do you see this? It is the softest, prettiest purple I have ever seen in my whole life. I am so stinking obsessed with this color, and I've never been a purple person, ever. And I am like, oh, so in love with this. I think what we're gonna do, here, let me see. We worked on a bunny last week. Do you guys remember the bunnies? I made a mini one for myself. Well, I made more. And I wanted to tell you guys, here, there's a little cute little button nose. I think we're gonna base one of these arrangements off of the bunny. So we're gonna do pastel-y kind of colors. That'll be pretty. Let's work on an arrangement based on those kind of pastel-y colors. Like, I am loving those colors. I'm just shortening all of these stems because these were originally gonna be for bouquets. Also the bouquets, guys, I'm gonna be all over the board talking tonight. I'm kind of in a chatty mood. All right, let's let that set just a little bit and we'll move to the next one. All right, this one I'm making a little bit taller if you can kind of see that. So we're putting some down at the bottom, but there's like a hole right here. So we're gonna have to fill that in with something or move something around. And this is where the floral wires are nice because I kind of just shoved that and moved it just a little bit to be like, this is where you need to go. Let's see here. I think, yeah, I want some more pretty pinks in there. And maybe if I have, I'm running out of minis, you guys, but they should be here any day. And then I will feel a little bit more complete. Running out of glue sticks, running out of flowers, like, oh, is this person? Guys, can you see the floral foam in this one? It's like topsy-turvy. I don't know if you can see that. See, it's like just moving all around. The glue was not working for this one, so that's all right though. What I could do, technically, if I really wanted to, if I didn't want it to move, I would probably do like a bead of glue all the way around the edge and have the flowers kind of like stuck to where I want it to be. But I don't think that's necessary for these particular arrangements. It's pretty hard to actually get the foam to come out. You gotta shake it quite a bit. Okay, so we've got a decent hole here and we got a little hole there. So we're just gonna find some little ones to kind of fill in those gaps. And I have a cute little mint green guy. We'll do that one. Guys, this is looking pretty cute. I'll make sure to get it up to the camera so you guys can see a little bit better. These flowers are gonna do so well for like a spring event. There's the anemone, my big purple. I might actually move this a little bit. Yeah, oh, okay. We're gonna move it one more time. And we're gonna pop one more flower right down there. This is how I kind of work it. Like I just keep moving and see what happens. And I'm looking right now, this is why minis are your friends. If you are interested in working with Sola flowers and you've never worked with them before, what I would suggest is to get like a mix of like the 2 and 3 inch size. Those are the bigger ones. And then get the minis. Like I originally was like, I don't want minis. They're so small. What am I gonna do with them? They are perfect for fillers. Like they fill in those little holes. And if you don't have them, it just helps finish the arrangement so much better. So definitely it's worth it to get the mini flowers in there as well. And I don't know, there's something about small flowers, like everything smaller is cute, right? Little puppies, babies, everything's cute, small. So, all right, so I think she's got, that blue is really blue on the camera, but it's not actually in real life. Again, I think it's the lights a little bit, but there we go. You know what? I don't like that blue, how it's looking. How's that? Do we like that better? I think I like that better. There we go. With the light, like that's a light green and blue right there. That one blue is like really sticking out to me now. Yeah, I like that better. All right, we've got a sleeping vase next. All right, let's see, what color should we do? What should be our color story on this one? Oh, we've got purples, we've got peaches, we've got reds and blues. There's pinks and whites. I feel like I'm gonna be like singing we've got gadgets and gadgets and gizmos, right? This one's really pretty. Let's see, there we go. Maybe we'll do that as our showpiece piece. Yeah, let's play with that. Let's play with those colors. See what comes. So what is your guys' favorite color combinations? I'm working on those mini bouquets and I want to make sure that I cover all of them. Like a lot of mine, of course, drift to pink and the anemones right now. But I'd like to make sure that I throw in some other color combos that people absolutely love getting. I did a yellow one just recently too, so that was fun. Plus, when you guys give me colors I don't typically work with, it stretches me, which is always, like, that doesn't terrify me. That actually excites me. I like to be stretched a little bit. All right, we're getting closer to this guy. I'm gonna show you so far where we're at. So as we're spinning, there's definitely some holes in this one. As we're kind of going around, let's get you closer. There we go. So you see there's a hole right there. So we're gonna move some stuff around. There's a hole, real big hole right there. And then another one right there. So that's what you kind of do when you're doing these arrangements. And I like to do with these, I like to cup them and kind of squish them into place. And I'm actually going to create a big hole right there because I want to put a decent sized flower right there. Just don't know which flower I want to put there. There's blemishes that happen. There's leaves that come off. There's a leaf that's bent. Flowers are not perfect. And they're not perfect all the time. They're imperfectly perfect. So kind of treat that the same way with the Sola flowers when you're playing with them. If something, the petals start to break or something, or like this one is a little rough around the edges. Let's see if we can get the camera. Do you see that some of it, let's get that a little bit better. No, you're kind of oversaturated. Where are you? All right, do you see that? It's kind of rough around some of the inside of the petals just from the time that we've done the paint, and it gets a little bit brittle. But once it's in that display, you're not really gonna notice that, and it just makes it even more realistic looking, I think, because flowers are perfectly imperfect. So, all right, I'm kind of squishing things around. I think we're at a better spot now. I think this one we're gonna add some greenery into, but here we go. So there's some little holes, and that's where we're gonna add the greenery, because the flowers, unless I take out flowers and move them around, like that hole right there is gonna drive me nuts if I don't have something in there. So Sleepy Gal is gonna get some greenery, and I already have I took some eucalyptus leaves and I just put a dab of glue. I'm gonna find a better way to do this because the eucalyptus light, do you see that little water spot? It's from the heat from the glue gun. And I don't like that necessarily, but you're not gonna see it in this arrangement like that. It doesn't show there. But like when I use them for wreaths and things, that starts to show up. So I don't like that, and I'm gonna play with it to make it a little bit better. Blue thistle. Be careful when you use this stuff because, well, this is dried thistle, so these are real. They're not artificial, and they will poke you, and it hurts. Ask me how I know. They remind me of like burdocks. That's gonna add some really cool texture. There we go. And we're just gonna add a couple little leaves. So this guy is gonna be kind of busy, but I like the busy on this one because we kept the color tone pretty non-busy. It was very much just one color line thrown with the white, and then we'll add some flowers and stuff. I don't like where that flower and that petal is. Let's put that. Ooh, that's better. All right, just moving some stuff around. I'll probably putz with this one a little bit longer later. All right, so we've got some eucalyptus in there. We've got some blue thistle. Let's get that a little bit closer so you can see. So the peaches, the pinks, these peaches are showing up really, really pink on the camera, I feel like, but they're actually more of like an orangey pink peach. Super pretty. Let's do a more blue toned gal. Blues, I got some blues and greens that are kind of cool. Let's do those, and we'll throw in some anemones. I also have, maybe we can do, let's see here. We've got this cool little succulent stuff. I don't know if this would be the right color tone to play with that though. The greens, that might be kind of cool. All right, let's keep that in mind. I found these succulents. They came with like teeny tiny little picks, and then I just put them on these bamboo skewers. Because I was actually, the reason why I did that was I was trying to play with, I've seen before taking the bamboo skewers and using those instead for stems instead of the wire. And I just wanted to see how that would go, what that felt like. I didn't like it, so. And I know some people do, and they've done really well with it. I didn't care for it. So I like to have a little bit more like being able to manipulate where the flowers finally rest and stuff. And with the bamboo, and I can't say that today for some reason. With the bamboo, you can't really do that. You gotta just let it go, and I couldn't let it go. Look at that combo. Like, that is fun. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll do that for the little guy. Let's do a real bright one. If we feel like watching, if you guys feel like watching me do one more, we can do that. really liking this one, and I'm not normally a blue and green kind of gal. Okay, so there's her fancy face. And then we've got, this is definitely kind of got a desert-y kind of vibe, I think. It might be cute to have some pops of pink in there, but I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna like not go through the temptation. There is a hole there though. Hold on. Hold on. See, this is where my craziness comes out just a little bit. Let's do that. Let's throw in one extra color right at the end. Sola ladies, right? Sola obsessed. If you guys want me to do a live video with an unboxing, I am all for that. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're interested in what this whole world is about, I know I'm getting a box sometime tomorrow, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Otherwise, I am like hunting down my UPS man. Like, where's my box of flowers? But I know there's some peonies in there, and there's some other flowers I haven't played with yet, and a whole bunch of minis. Thank the Lord, I need my minis. All right, so I'm okay with this one. I'm still not 100%, like, I feel like it needs to be a little bit taller and a little bit rounder, but we're gonna call it good for right now. Done is better than perfect, right? All right, we're gonna do one more if you guys are with me and are not like going, oh my God, wrap this up, girl. You can cut these, but for sake of the sticks not flying across the table, I'm gonna just break them off with my hands. And I'm kind of guesstimating where I want them. Yeah, so these wood ones, I'm gonna now have to like, this is gonna be a really full, which is gonna be kind of hilarious for how small her little face is. She is going to have a bouquet all around her. Like, this is gonna be interesting, you guys. We may have to scale it back a little bit somehow. Coming along. This is like a super bright, happy, sunshiny, shiny gal. The back still needs a couple. There's a couple little holes there. Then we've got, this is where I will say, if I can get one more of those succulents, if I can find it, like where that white, like this flower right here, I would switch it for the succulents. All right, I'm gonna finish this one up later. So we did the blue, peach, pastel, and of course pink. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you guys all stuck around. This is Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Bye guys.